Hello, and welcome to Rosa Laura. If this is your first time visiting the channel, it's so lovely to meet you. And if you're returning, it's so wonderful to have you back. My name is Rosa. I'm a digital artist, and today I'm engaging in a little bit of fun for me. I am drawing some of my OCs completely in outfits made only out of what I have in my wardrobe. I'm going to be drawing Sable Mai, Tostan Warriere, Diana, Nath Eber Exley, Samavi Similin, and my personal Sona, whose name is Dawn. I actually got this idea from the artist Narami, who does this awesome little thing where she draws herself in the outfit that she's actually wearing. I'm a little bit more camera shy, so I thought it might be fun to put my OCs in things that I own instead. Now, I take a lot of pride in my wardrobe in general. I've actually cultivated a lot of really unique pieces that I think help me have a really distinctive style. I like a lot of bright colors. I try to have an interplay of textures. And where I can, I actually try to buy from independent stores, or I like to thrift as well. Several of the outfits that you'll see throughout this speed paint come from smaller creators or manufacturers, and where I can, I will be linking them in the description. I will say, for the sake of the channel, this is not sponsored. I've not been given any money at all to say anything about these pieces of fashion. I just think it's really nice to promote small creators and small manufacturers where I can, especially when I know that their labor practices are sound and they take care of the people around them. Some of the stores that I would like to shout out are Mokayobi, Morning Witch, and Maya Kern, and you'll be able to see several of their styles throughout this video. Now, because of the way that I work, I went through this process in waves. First, I sketched everybody out, then I went through with the pen and I lined everything, then I did the flat color, and then I did the shading, which is really great for my personal workflow, but ends up making the video itself look a little disjointed. And I will be so for real, I did consider going back and individually editing all of the characters into their own little area, like, oh, this is the Diana section, oh, this is the Tostan section, but I could not bring myself to do it, so I hope that you can forgive me for my laziness. Each of these characters has a style that's unique to them, so the fun challenge of doing this was trying to find a way to make sure that the character's personality was reflected, but of course it's only my clothes. The hardest of which I think was Samavi. I really do love the blue dress that I put her in, but I think it isn't quite as much of her style as I wanted it to be. In the context of this drawing, Diana is actually really special to me. When I started playing Diana, it was in the middle of the pandemic, and a lot of things felt really gloomy and gray. And I knew that I wanted to make a change for myself in order to feel a little bit better about my surroundings. I designed Diana. I was really excited to play her. She was really inspired by the 70s, bright colors and textures, bowling alley carpets, black light, and of course the disco scene. And when I designed this character, she had so much vibrant color to her outfits, this amazing personality, and I realized that I wanted to dress like her. I wanted to feel as carefree as she did. I wanted to be confident like she was, and that put me on a personal journey of trying to curate my closet more than I already had. Before, I was kind of picking up pieces here and there, but I wasn't paying a lot of attention to the overall feel of my closet. Diana inspired me to really get my butt in gear as far as trying to find colors that I really enjoyed and patterns that were interesting. And I'd like to think that I have a really nice and varied sense of fashion. So of course I had to put Diana on this list. Now, in the thumbnail, I have myself holding a very special alien shirt, and I wanted to tell the story of that shirt while the speed paint went on. Now, back in the day when I was first playing Diana, I had the idea to make basically a wardrobe for her, a picture that had all of her different outfits at the time that we were playing, and I wanted for her to have, some pajama of some kind. Diana in canon had previously a roommate named Charisse, and Charisse had a whole line of t-shirts that had this little alien character on them called Dolly Mac. Dolly Mac was the mascot for Charisse's flotilla, and back in the day she was a corporate mascot, but over time the people of the Dolly Mac just decided that she was theirs. And so Charisse has tons and tons of shirts of this little alien. So I decided that Diana had one of those shirts, despite the fact that she and Charisse did not get together while they were living together on a station called The Hedge. But I couldn't help myself. So Diana had this shirt. I designed the little Dolly Mac on it, and my partner, who was just my friend at the time, thought it was really cute, and he had it printed on a real shirt for me and sent it to me as a birthday present. And it was so thoughtful and wonderful, and I own that shirt to this day. So he had gotten it for me, I think, 2 years, maybe a year and a half, 2 years before we ended up being together in a romantic way. And now, about 5 years into the relationship, I still have it. It is one of my most treasured possessions, and the one and only time I've ever made a fictional piece of clothing, and it has then transcended into real life. I know that I've kind of gone against the prompt by mentioning the shirt and not drawing it in this series, but this isn't my characters wear my pajamas, so I thought that I would leave that out for now. What I will happily talk about are all the different styles that you can see in this video. I'll start with a little description of Sable Mize. She's actually wearing a shirt from Morning Witch, which I absolutely love, and a purple corduroy skirt that I actually got from Etsy. It was handmade by someone. It's a really wonderful piece of clothing, and I love wearing it, especially in the autumn. I like to wear things seasonally, so I like wearing olive and purple and brown in the autumnal months, in the winter months, and then I like breaking out my brighter colors, my pinks, my greens, my yellows, my blues in the spring and the summer. So Sable Mai is a very autumnal and winter-oriented individual. She is a rogue, but she serves the Raven Queen and has a lot of connections with death. So I thought that decorating her in a way that reflected that time of year would help to bring out parts of her character. Toustan Royer is a Vestal Virgin from Darkest Dungeon. I loved playing Toast. It's been a really long time since I have. Her sense of style, I think, would be very, traditional, very feminine, and she is wearing a skirt from Maya Kern, the gallery skirt, which I adore. It just came out really recently, and I got it, and I could not be more delighted with the way that it wears. She's also wearing a little gold locket that I have. I also got that on Etsy. Next, we have Diana. She is wearing a Mokuyobi shirt. I don't think that they make that one anymore, but it's a long sleeve button up and it is hand stamped, which I am absolutely obsessed with. And her skirt is another Maya Kern skirt from when they were making mini skirts. I don't know when those are going to come back, if at all, but I do like my black mini skirt. Semavai is wearing the blueberry dress from Jessica, which I really adore. And Naf is wearing a set of overalls that I got from Torrid. These overalls are amazing. I love them so much, and they are a real comfort wear for me personally. So I wanted Naf to look like she could spend some time outside, having fun in like an apple orchard. So I tried to orient her outfit around that. Dawn is wearing a purple dress that I have actually owned since college. So that makes that dress about 10 years old, which is kind of wild to me. A classic black belt with a lovely purple dress. You really can't ask for better. Again, I think the only outfit that I wish maybe I had done something different with is Semavi. She really likes dressing up super fancy, but I don't own a ton of fancy clothes. So I can't really help that much with that. Sorry, Sem. Maybe next time. A little shout out for all the accessories that I was able to pull for this. The lemon slice earrings that Diana is wearing, the locket that I mentioned that Toast is wearing, Sable Mai's little flower droplet earrings, and Naf's rainbow scrunchie. All of these things came from my closet, and when I think about them, it makes me happy, honestly. It's so strange to say. For a lot of my life, I really dreaded my closet. I hated shopping. I wasn't very happy with the way that I looked or my body. And I want to be really clear that my body hasn't really changed very much. Sometimes in these scenarios, you might expect for somebody to say, well, I've been on a huge weight loss journey, for example, but I haven't. Obviously, I try to take care of my body and I try to do the best that I can. But as I've entered into true adulthood, I've realized how little matching the exact beauty standards of the time is, and how much more important it is for me to just feel good in the things that I wear. And for me, feeling good is, in a weird way, feeling interesting. Interesting patterns and textures, interplays of color, and really allowing for the vibrancy of my clothes to match the vibrancy that I feel inside of myself. So if you're out there and you're going through that stage of your life where you're having a really hard time dressing yourself, if nothing feels like it fits right, or colors aren't working, or you hate going into a department store and trying on a million things that just don't seem to fit, I guess I want to tell you that I've been there. And hopefully, by seeing my clothes on a bunch of different characters who do come in a variety of shapes and sizes, you can see that clothes can look really lovely no matter who they're on. Whether it's a really beautiful flowing skirt with a crinoline under it, or overalls that keep you protected as you're going out to pick apples, or a lovely pair of cowboy boots that you think were made for walking. No matter who you are or what you like to wear, I hope that you wear the things that you do because you like them and because they reflect your sense of self. Not everybody can choose what they wear, but I hope that when you have the choice to wear the things that you like, you do, and that those choices reflect something about you that you really like about yourself. As I look at these characters and I enjoy the outcome of my labors, I think about how different each of them are. And just like with building any character, each of them reflects a little facet of my own personality, mixed in with something uniquely their own. I am, of course, curious about which character you like the best or which outfit you think is your favorite. Please leave a comment down below and let me know which style is your favorite, which one is your least favorite. Do you also think that Semavi needs something a little bit more fancy? Because I'll be really honest, I definitely think that she does. As always, I want to thank my patrons that help me make art, but especially Banjo, Confogel Clips, Deator, and Firepit. And of course, you. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit like and subscribe. If you'd like, there's another video on your screen now for you to click. And if you like what I do, you can support me on Patreon. And remember, it's all gonna be okay. I'll see you next time.